What is going on, everybody? Kamusta kayo lahat mula sa Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, or wherever the heck you are on the planet? This is your one and only JOAT, the place to be for any niche, every genre, and all generations. I am your master of ceremony, D to the E to the LRO, aka JDR, aka the extraordinary introvert. So, guys, as of this recording, it's not yet the end of Holy Week, but as soon as I publish this video, it would have been the end of Holy Week. So, happy Easter in advance. Hopefully, you all had a restful uh, break from all the madness, and truly, that is the word to describe all the stuff that's going on right now. But in all seriousness, I do hope you guys are taking great care of your mental health kasi alam ko sobrang mahirap. You know, doomsday scrolling here all the time. Sobrang mahirap just to maintain a healthy balance both physically and mentally. So I do hope that you guys are keeping yourselves healthy uh, on all aspects. And hopefully this episode will help you guys, cheer up a little kasi sobrang grabe yung balita these days. And with that out of the way, let's get to it. That was a quick PSA right there. And once again, my apologies if we didn't have an episode last week. Di na ako mag-explain sa inyong lahat na, life can get busy. But as much as we can, we will try to, produce content for everyone. And now that we're here, I'm just so happy that we are able to uh, hop on the pod once again. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So, guys, don't you find it boring kapag walang art sa buhay niyo? Like, this whole pandemic has been pretty dull to say the least, and that's an understatement. Ano pa kaya kung walang art? Kung walang sining? Ika nga. Well, in this episode over here, we're going to uh, color each other's worlds. We're gonna show off our creative palette, and we're just going to draw the lines all together. And I may not be a graphics designer, and I don't think I'll ever be able to do what this guest has done uh, throughout her stint in graphic design. But I am really excited to feature this guest. First of all, kasi, once again, shout out to our Facebook community, Podcast PH. Like, ang sobrang daming Pinoy podcasts that have been huge hits. I mean, I don't know if I'm considered a hit. I mean, I don't think so. Like, there are far more better pods than mine. But, I'm all about supporting the community. So, shout out to Podcast PH and shout out to this guest over here because despite my, teeny tiny fan base, I know that she's always checking out my stuff. So, it was only right for me to invite her on the show. So, without further ado, I'm sure humahaba na ulit yung mga intro ko and all that. But, let's give it up for Miss Cornina Hernandez of Creative Chica PH, everyone.
Hi. Hi, thank you so much, Jake. So, hello guys to the listeners. Anong tawag mo dun sa listeners mo? Hi guys.
Del Bros and Sisters.
Del
That's
Bros
my
and Sisters.
my
Kumusta kayo?
fandom.
Yes.
Yes.
Ayun. Thank you so much. And yes, Podcast PH, such a great community for Filipino podcasters. And I'd just like to thank them for creating this group, this community. And mahilig talaga ako mag-appreciate ng mga iba-ibang podcast. Ang dami ko na-discover na new podcast. Ito yung yung kay Jake, lagi ko siya nakikita do. Yes. So, lagi ko na-appreciate yung mga, yung kanya mga pinopost doon and napapakinggan ko yung podcast niya. So, it's so cool. It's so cool to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes. Wala nga naman. Wala yan. So, yeah. Thank you also for checking out my stuff. Like I said, hindi ako yung tipong conscious kung ilan yung nagla-like, but I'm focused more on who likes my stuff. So yun talaga yung napakahalaga. Like just the people who actually like it than the actual number. So ano naman yung tawag sa fan base mo, you know?
Ano
For
ba,
start.
pag ganong minsan I mean, I just call them, hi guys, hi friends, creatives.
There you
Creatives,
go.
more on creatives yung tawag ko
Mhm.
sa aking mga listeners.
All right.
Ayun.
Yes, good stuff, guys. Yeah. So obviously, medyo sabaw kaming dalawa because it's been a long week and it's been a long year. You know,
Na long year, ito pa rin. Anyway, ito pa rin tayo.
grabe, no?
Ah, grabe. This week pa lang, my gosh, ang daming ganap. Ayoko na rin minsan tumingin sa social media, pero kasi parang part yung yung podcast ko na kailangan involved ka sa social media, sa mga ganap because it's on my podcast is more on marketing and design, advertising. So medyo parang kailangan involved or updated ako sa mga nangyayari in terms of advertising and marketing design ganyan.
Yes.
So hindi ko maiwasan yung mga anyway. Ayun.
Yeah, nakikita ko nga like sa mga snippets mo, like when you post them on the group or on IG, like sobrang informative yung mga sinasabi mo or yung sinasabi ng mga guests mo. Yeah, I'm sure your community and any other person who wants to pursue, you know, the graphic design life, they'll be able to get a lot from your show. So, to my listeners, please do check out Creative Chica PH. Like, hindi lang siya chika. I know that's the medium, but it's so much more, guys. Like, you're going to really learn a lot from Miss Cornina over here and some of the guests that she has invited.
Thank you so much. Ayun.
Yeah. Honestly, sa totoo lang, like, you should be all energetic, right? Pero like, deep down, like, sobrang sabaw na talaga ako, guys. Like, mentally, I'm just super drained. I usually come with a lot of energy and all that. I'm usually hype. But I think we're all at this certain stage na sobrang grabe yung mga pangyayari. Like, you can easily get drained, numb, and all that. But the important thing
Yes.
is to just stay the course and to just, you know, keep the positive energy going.
Actually, true. I mean, this week din, actually last week, di rin ako nakapaglabas ng episode for my Creative Chica. And I usually release new episodes every week. Last week talagang, I mean, I think I've talked to you about this na late din ako nag-reply dun sa message mo kasi nagkasakit ako. Ang hirap nung, I mean, it's not COVID. Meron pa naman akong panlasa that time. Pero it's heavy. And ayun, hindi ako nakagawa ng episode. And then this week naman, sobrang, ewan ko, nahirapan din ako gumawa, mag-release na parang I just kind of like pushed myself to release, to create. Kasi nga gusto ko maging consistent na every week. Merong lumalabas na episodes. And usually, din ako, energetic. And I really like what I'm doing. But lately, talagang, I don't know, parang ang bigat lang nung pakiramdam. And I think ang dami sa atin na parang ganun yung feels lately.
Yeah.
No, parang,
Actually,
so I
that was,
understand din.
yeah, that was my first question nga eh. Pero medyo sinagot mo na. But like, you know, kamusta yung mental health natin, girl? Like, you know, I know that's not the topic. Hindi yun yung main topic. But I think it's important that we do a quick self-check on just how we're doing mentally. Kasi, you know, grabe, sobrang nakakapagod to be in lockdown for a whole year. So, kamusta na? Like, you doing okay? You tired? Or looking forward to the break?
Looking forward to the break. Actually, tagal ko na naka-break kasi kaka-resign ko lang din dun sa isa kong job. And yun nga, last week. is a free week for me, and then this week dapat mag-start na ako dun sa new job ko. Pero yun nga, I got sick last week, and then sinabi ko dun sa new employer ko na baka pwedeng i-move na lang next week after Holy Week para maasikaso ko pa yung ibang yung mga pre-employment things this week. So, ayun. Pero kasi, ewan ko, yun nga, like I mentioned before, parang, ewan ko, nakakapagod, nakaka-drain. Still, nandun pa din ako yung mind ko nandun pa din sa parang tinatamad. Tinatamad. Wala na ako ibang term eh. Kasi parang, yung term ko nga is tinatamad. Pero actually, parang wala lang akong ganong gumawa ng mga bagay-bagay. But I'm trying. And, ayun. Even yung pag-drawing ko, kasi I do art illustration, digital art, and hindi ko magawa hindi ko ma-push yung sarili ko ngayon masyado na mag-drawing. Like, I have so many ideas. Ang dami kong gustong i-drawing ngayon. Pero parang, yung humarap sa computer, hindi ko kaya. I mean, humarap sa computer para gumawa ng art, para nahihirapan ako. Ganun. I don't know, that's what's happening to me right now. Like, I don't know, may mga ganitong moments lang din talaga ako. And mas malala, I guess mas naging mabigat ngayong pandemic. Oh, I'm so sorry the things that I'm saying. But yeah, mas naging mabigat kasi usually, I go out with my friends. Pag ganitong mabigat yung feeling ko, I just hang out with them, and I like hugging people. That's the kind of friend I am. Like, I am sweet with them, and then I hug them, and then kinukulit ko sila. But now, digital, and parang hindi ko magawa yan. So, may pagka-extrovert-ish ako eh. Nakukuha ko yung energy ng mga tao. Yung parang ganun. So, parang being stuck at home na ubos yung energy ko. Ayun. Ikaw ba? Kumusta naman?
For me, like, ganun din. Like, even though I'm kind of the exact opposite, super introvert ako, but the desire to just go out and meet a few peeps here and there, like, it's definitely still there. Even though, I can say nasanay na ako with the introvert life. Pero ayun, like, just the fact that I can't, go out on my own or with a few peeps, yun talaga yung nakakamiss. And I'm sure, like, every one of us can relate, the feeling of isolation or just staying still. But, that's the reality that we're gonna have to deal with for quite some time now. But I guess so long as we remain mentally intact, so long as we continue checking up on each other, I guess that's all that matters in the long run. So yeah, that's me, mentally speaking.
Ayun. Pero kakayanin.
Yes, definitely. Yun lang yung mahalaga. So yeah, I know that we dedicated, a huge chunk of our episode, or at least the opening minutes, talking mental health and all. But I feel like it's important that, like, it's really key for us to just check up on one another. Kasi, sobrang unpredictable tong period, sobrang mahaba tong period. So, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we're all living on edge right now. So, if you guys have the opportunity to have these type of talks, kahit hindi podcast, kahit, regular chikahan lang or kwentuhan, like, that would really go a long way. Diba?
Oo. Actually, yung pagpa-podcast din, para nakaka-help siya kasi ngayon nga, may nakakausap ka, and yun, nakakachikahan ka, yung ganyan. Iba pa rin yung human interaction. Like, yung mga yung gantong mga usap.
Yes. And I realized na, this is the new norm, guys. This is the new way of making friends, quote unquote, sa bagong normal. Like, super awkward kasi some of the guests that I've had, I've never met in person. Like, it's hard to believe, right? Like some of the guests that I've had here on the show, hindi ko pa sila or hindi pa ko pa kayo na-meet like in person, and hopefully we get that opportunity like once it's safe again. But I just realized, because of SOCMED, because of Podcast PH, and because of the many opportunities we have right now, like tama nga sila when they say that the world is getting smaller and smaller by the day. It's easier to interact. And I guess, of course, security lang. Because at the end of the day, they're still strangers. Kasi di nyo pa meet in person. But it's really a good way to keep ourselves, sane. Keep ourselves going pa rin. Kahit medyo iba yung circumstance ngayon. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, meron din ako mga nagiging friends na nasa Australia, nasa Cebu, nasa New York because of internet. Like, yun nga, nagiging small na yung world natin. And ang kulit din kasi yung iba as in nagiging ka-close mo na rin talaga kahit na hindi mo pa sila nakikita personally.
Mm-hmm.
So, ayun, I'm excited to see them personally pag okay na, pag wala na yung pandemic. Yeah, pupuntahan ko kayo. Yes, maliban doon sa New York kasi ang layo ng New York.
Yes, for sure, for sure. So, yeah, let's get down to the meat of this episode. As the title suggests, let's get artsy. Yep.
Yes.
Yes. So, I guess for my first question, or my first question for this topic, what got you into graphic design? Ang daming, like this podcast suggests, ang daming pwede mong pasukan, right? Whether sports, music, in my case, K-pop, for some
Yes.
anime. So, ikaw, how did arts become your main niche for life? Your niche, ika nga nila.
So, I don't know if this will be a long story, but ever since I was a kid, I've been watching anime and yung mga cartoons, and every time na nanonood ako, drawing ko sila. And ang kulit lang, mayroong story yung mom ko na nung 2 years old pa ako, nagdo-drawing na daw ako, like kumuha daw ako ng pen and paper, tas since then nagdo-drawing na daw talaga ako. So, talagang I enjoy doing art illustration. Yung mga ganun, drawing ko yung mga anime, and gumagawa ako ng mga comics na tipong gagawa ako ng comics for my classmates and babasahin nila yung ganun, mga parody comics like Pokemon and Sailor Moon, yung mga ganyan. Sobrang high school, elementary, high school, grade school, kilala nila ako as yung artsy girl na mahilig mag-drawing, mahilig mag-drawing ng mga anime, yung ganyan. So, nung college, actually, hindi muna fine arts yung kinuha kong course. Ang kinuha ko muna is music, Conservatory of Music. Tinry ko muna yon kasi yung cousin ko, parang family friend siya, pero cousin yung tawag namin sa kanya. Siya, nasa music, Conservatory of Music. So, tinry ko, baka baka okay ako doon. Kasi I like listening to music din and producing music. Like, I play the guitar and the piano. Pero hindi not that good. Parang chill lang. So, tinry ko sa music. Medyo, na-feel ko na tinatawag talaga ako ng arts. So, nag-shift ako sa advertising fine arts. Pero actually, gusto ko maging animator nung since bata pa ako. Pero parang that time kasi wala pa masyadong course about animation, yung mga ganon. So, ang pinakamalapit is advertising fine arts, yung nakita ko. So, dun ako yun yung kinuha kong course. And after graduation, parang ang sinasabi nilang magandang course, magandang job pa, nakagraduate ka na sa course na yun, is maging graphic designer. So, parang I just go with it, and naging graphic designer ako under the marketing team. Yung ganun. So, tuloy-tuloy na yun. Kasi after graduation, pwede kaming graphic designer sa mga companies, yon in-house companies, like yun, mapupunta ka sa mga marketing team or creatives team, or if not sa in-house, sa mga advertising agencies, yung mga gumagawa ng mga commercials and yung mga prints, yung mga ganon. Yun. So, doon ako napunta sa in-house and naging marketing designer ako. So, yun. Tuloy-tuloy na yun. Dire-diretso na siya.
Wow.
Pero, ayun. Besides being a graphic designer, professionally being a graphic designer, on the side, tinutuloy ko pa rin yung paggawa ng comics. So, I'm currently creating my own comic na medyo matagal pa rin yung process niya. Like, ginagawa ko pa yung mga characters and yung worlds. So, medyo matagal pa siguro bago ko ma-release yung comic na yun. And that is my art life.
Wow. Grabe, like
How bad?
sobrang creative naman yung pag narrate mo. But no, like grabe, ang dami mong shinare na experience, you know, from drawing cartoon characters to entering marketing. Like, wow, how's that possible, you know? You'd think na arts is just, you know, drawing or creative stuff, but the fact na may marketing aspect na pala yung graphics design, like, it's crazy how this world just continues to evolve, right?
Actually, ito din, kasi dati, lang yung mga roles, lang, more on graphic design lang talaga. Ngayon na makikita mong mga roles sa creative field, may mga UI, UX designers, merong mga social media designers. Ang dami ng titles na mga bago, web designers yan. Dami na. Ang cool. It's evolving. Art is evolving.
Exactly. So, yeah, I guess that now we talked about your humble beginnings to where you are right now. You know, I guess let's talk about yung yung Photoshop mismo. So, because you know, for every graphic designer, that is basically the ultimate weapon. That is the go-to tool that every aspiring graphic designer needs to master. So, ikaw, you know, as a graphic designer yourself, you know, how did you have to deal with Photoshop? Was it hard? Were you able to understand it? Nagabayan mo na ba? Like, from the get-go? Or were you like me na sobrang hirap na paglaruan yung mga controls and all that? I mean, up to now, sobrang di ko pa rin gets kung paano mag gradient overlay, mag magic wand, whatever. So, nagets mo na ba yung mga concepts and other ek-ek ng Photoshop when you started?
Actually, yes. Kasi grabe, since college pa kasi yun yung ginagamit namin. Pero honestly din naman, nung high school ako, hindi rin ako aware din sa Photoshop. Microsoft Paint pa nga yung gamit ko. So, yun, Microsoft Paint. Natuto lang ako mag-Photoshop nung nag-college ako, nung kinuha ko yung Fine Arts. And, ayun, kaya lang, more on self-study lang din kami doon. Kasi, when it comes to, yun nga, sa mga Photoshop, Illustrator, na paggagawa ka doon, mas okay siya kung ikaw mismo yung mag-explore nun. And then, pag meron kang minsan hindi magets na gamitin, if meron kang tool na gagamitin tas hindi ka pa familiar kung paano siya gamitin, you can look at YouTube tutorials. Ganun yung ginagawa ko, mga YouTube tutorials, and then pinapractice ko lang siya. As in, yun, tutorials and practice. Doon ka magiging familiar kung paano mas maging proficient sa Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator or kahit anong design tool. Ganun.
Yeah. Yep. Sobrang totoo nga yan. Like, when in doubt, there's always YouTube tutorials.
Yes.
Like,
YouTube
for me,
Academy.
ginagawa ko pa rin yun. Like, when I get lost in the middle of my editing, sinesearch ko how to do this, how to do that. Like, nakatulong siya. Because
Mm-mm.
even though ang daming steps, diba? Like, for everything you have to do,
Mm-mm.
at least yung mga nagbibigay ng tutorial, like, super step by step siya. And you can always rewind, fast forward. So, at least,
Mm-mm.
mas napapadali yung buhay natin. You know?
Mm-mm. Oo, yes. And actually, back when I was still in fine arts, yung sa college, binibigyan kami lagi ng mga exercises. So, nakaka-help din yun kasi pag binibigyan ka ng exercises or gumagawa ka ng mga exercises na pa-practice ka, so yun, mas nagiging mas nahahasa ka dun sa paggamit ng Photoshop Illustrator. Ayun.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. So, now that we've talked about Photoshop, I guess, ano yung feeling mo ngayon na there are more tools, there are more softwares you can use now maliban sa Photoshop. So, as you know, may Canva na ngayon, may
Mm-mm.
mas upgraded version ng MS Paint. So,
Mm-mm. Yes.
ikaw, as a graphic designer, uh, are you open to using other softwares or uh, Team Photoshop pa rin ba tayo dito?
Yes, actually, I mean, it's good na na-mention mo din yan kasi isa yan sa mga parang nagiging topic, madalas na topic din dun sa podcast ko, dun sa Creative Chica. Kasi, I consider na, mas focus dun sa part na dapat marunong ka mag-design. Yung sa principles of design. You must be familiar with how you design, not what you use to design. Because ako, nagde-design ako using Photoshop, Illustrator. Microsoft PowerPoint. I design using Microsoft PowerPoint and Word. Excel hindi ko pa kaya. But yeah, I mean, mas important yung knowledge mo about design and then the tools come second. So, okay lang kahit sa Canva ka maggawa, ganun. Kasi, may makikita kang mga ads na ang ganda ng pagkaka-execute, ang gaganda ng mga paggawa, and gugulat ka na lang, oh, sa Canva pala siya ginawa. So, it's, I feel like yung important part sa pagde-design is yung output mo, yung end result, kung ano yung magiging itsura, not much on what kind of tool you use. Parang ganun. May sasabihin ako, nakalimutan ko. Pero ayun, anyway, it's more on that. Mas ganun yung na-consider ko. Yun. Yung sasabihin ko, siguro pag nasa advertising agency ka, siguro mas kailangan na Photoshop, Illustrator, or yung ginagamit talaga pang design. Kasi yung mga materials nila, piniprint siya sa billboards, lumalabas siya sa TV, so dapat quality talaga yung yung material. So parang ganun. Ayun. Sa Canva kasi, or sa ibang design tools, di ako sure kung if it's high-res enough to be printed as a billboard o yung mga ganun. So, yun lang for me. Mas tinitingnan ko yung output kaysa dun sa tools.
Alright, that sounds good. So at least, based on your experiences and all that, sobrang gamay na gamay mo, no? Yung graphic design. Like, honestly, yeah, honestly, ang hirap mag-keep up. And because I have very limited background to, Illustrator and all that. Like, hanggang Photoshop at Canva lang yung alam ko. But I guess, since we're discussing these things now, I guess let's get a little bit more personal again. So, una sa lahat, what was the best feedback you've gotten? We're gonna talk both sides, pero let's start with the positives muna. So, ano yung mga best comments or remarks that you got whether from your co-artists or from your bosses or just from people who look at your artworks, whether through pen and paper or pad and paper
Mm-mm.
or sa digital landscape, which is Photoshop. So ano-ano yung
Mm-mm.
mga mabubuting comments that you were able to hear all throughout your
Mm.
journey as an artist?
Shucks. Oh my gosh, that question. Wait. Pero parang naisip ko is I get a lot of comments dun sa mga videos na pinoproduce ko. Yung
Mm.
mga pang social media videos, yung mga ganyan. And yung sinasabi nila sa akin is, ang ganda daw kasi, parang I'm telling a story through my videos na hindi lang siya basta basta ma-shoot ko lang yung certain place na yon, certain person na yon. Hindi, parang siya, parang may story yung video na napaproduce ko.
Mm.
So yun, nagagandahan sila dun sa part na yun, na parang ayun. And also yung freelance ko dati, meron ako nagagawang mga videos, basketball videos, yung mga ganon, yung mga highlights nila dun sa game.
Mm.
Tapos, yun yung isang comment sa akin nung isa kong naka-work na parang ang ganda. Kasi yun nga, nilalagyan ko siya ng song na parang,
Mm.
yung, syempre, parang mala hip-hop or yung lively.
Yeah.
Tapos, ipapakita yung mga highlights, yung na-steal nung isang player yung ball, yung mga ganon. Ang galing nila, ang gaganda ng pagka-steal minsan din, ang bibilis nila. Pero anyway, ayun, yung mga mabibilis na moments nilang yon, yung mga mabibilis na moves nila, ginagawa ko, ini-slow-mo ko yon para,
Oh.
yes, may dramatic effect. Tapos, ayun, yung pag-shoot nila, yun. So, gusto nila yung pagkakagawa ko ng mga videos na yun. Kasi parang may story daw, parang maha-hype ka. Parang ganun. Parang
Mhm.
ganun yung
Mhm.
comment nila. Doon sa basketball videos. Tapos yung iba, yun nga, more on ganun. Parang may pagka-storytelling. Yan ay appreciate.
Wow. Wow, galing naman ng concept. Uy, pwede pa share. Gusto ko makita for myself. Like,
Baka budget ko, pero nahihiya pa rin ako. Kasi looking at it now, parang, oh shit, gawa ko ba to? Parang I feel like I can still do better. Hindi siya yung, nahihiya nga rin ako, like, or minsan napapaisip ako, totoo ba? Totoo ba sinasabi niyo? Parang it's so simple lang naman. Pero ayun, yun yung mga comments nila sa akin. Ganon. Sige, share ko sa'yo yung link later.
Wow, galing, galing. Well, it's good to know. Like, ang dami mo palang positive feedback from certain people, no? Like, it's good, no? Like, whether, even though you think na, I could have done better or dapat ginawa ko to, like, just the fact that you are able to get or to hear positive comments from other people, like, it can really boost our morale. And, the same goes sometimes with me for my podcasts or on certain events, kapag sumasayaw ako ng K-pop song, like,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
I noticed nga, like, one of the stuff that you liked was, I think, dance cover, whatever. Nakalimutan ko na. But I saw you were one of those. But yeah, like,
Yes.
as content creators, like, we can't thank you guys enough for, just sharing positive vibes and all that. Of course, we'll be open naman to whatever feedback you'll be giving us. But, just the fact that both Cornina and I and all the other podcasters across the globe, like, we hear these type of comments from you guys, it really melts our heart in a way. So I'm sure our Miss Nina over here, like, can agree with me when I say that every single comment just pushes us to do better for the next set of videos and just continue to produce great content, like regardless of whether it's for ourselves or for others. Like, yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yes, true. Nakakataba yun ng puso. Kasi ano um, yung effort mo sa paggawa ng material na yun, tapos may makaka-appreciate. Ang ganda sa feeling.
Hmm. Yeah. So, unfortunately, though, well, in a perfect world, you'd get 100%
Yeah.
approval rating. But as with anything, we have our haters, and alam namin to ni Miss Nina over here. We can't impress everyone. Whether we have bad blood with certain people or they're just simply not impressed, that's the reality that we have to deal with. So, uh, kung di ka nahihiya, like, what are some of the most, not really harsh, but what are some of the constructive criticism that you've received? Or if you don't want to share, that's fine. Pero I guess my question is, how are you able to react, or how are you able to respond to the not so light, the not so positive feedback that you get?
Mm, ayun. Oh my gosh. So, mm, yung part ng ano kasi, yun sa work ko, being under the marketing team. And then, usually, ako lang yung designer or dalawa, tatlo lang kami doon. So, pag nakakagawa na ako ng material and I give it to them dun sa mga nag-request, okay na sa kanila, na-appreciate na nila. So, ayun, parang wala na masyadong comment. Pero, meron akong time na nagkaroon ng supervisor na sobrang niya, meticulous when it comes to design, yung ganon. So, may mga times na masasabihan, yan na ba yung kaya mo? Ano ba yan? Pangit. Pangit. Parang okay. Pero sasabihin niya, wala na ba may enhance yan? So, pero at least from that experience, parang mas naging ako. Kasi naman din nung nag-start pa lang ako, I'm that kind of designer na makagawa lang, okay na. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for the company. Parang ganong paano ba? Ganong personality ko before na designer, na parang makapag-design lang, okay na yan, ganun. Pero nung naging supervisor ko siya, parang mas naging ako yung mas naging mabuting designer. Mabuti siguro. Mas naging mabuting designer ako, na parang tinitingnan ko, okay ba to? Baka pwede pang ma-enhance, yung ganun. So, feeling ko, ang term ko na lang doon is tough love. Na parang that time, hindi ko siya maintindihan. Na parang, bakit mo ako inaaway? Pero actually, she just wants to help me be a better designer, a better person. Yung ganon. Kasi parang gusto niya akong mag-excel, na gusto niya akong maging supervisor din, ganon. So parang inaano niya ako, pinupush niya ako. And also, rin naman ako, introvert ako, nahihiya ako sa mga tao, makipag-usap sa mga tao. Na parang, hindi ko kaya, shucks. Pero, kailangan So, siya yung nagpupush sa akin. And, nung na-practice ko na yun, parang na-enjoy ko naman. Hinahanap-hanap ko na yung makikipag-usap sa mga tao, yung ganun. So, ayun, I call that tough love. After no experience na yon, lumipat ako sa ibang company, and doon ko na-realize na, I'm parang mas naging mas naging better designer ako, na mas kinikritik ko yung gawa ko, ganon. Mas tinitingnan ko yung paano ba magiging better pa to, yung mga ganon. Na parang, ba't hindi maayos yung crop nun? Yung mga ganon. Pero in a constructive way, na parang baka mas ma-enhance pa siya, mapapabuti pa yung mga layouts na yon, yung mga works na yon, ganon. And ayun, naging better person din po. Mas naging organized person din ako. Ayun. Yung mga lang, um, yung mga times na parang feeling ko, inaaway ako. Wow, inaaway ako. Pero gusto lang talagang, mag-grow ako. Yung ganun. Pero meron din na mga, like, kasi I produce YouTube videos then yung ganyan. And then, hindi rin maiiwasan yung iba na parang trolls. Trolls!
Yes.
Para lang, I mean, do you know Gary Vaynerchuk? Si Gary V.
Iba tong Gary V, no? Hindi to yung singer.
Ibang Gary V. At, actually, nung narinig ko rin siya, kala ko siya yung singer. Pero yun, si Gary V. Lagi niya yung sinasabi na parang, tinitingnan niya na lang yung mga nagbabash sa kanya. Bakit, why are you, parang inaano niya na, bakit mo ini-spend yung time na mag-write ng napakahabang negative comment sa video ko. Dun sa time na yun, pwede mo namang gamitin yun for yourself, but di mo na lang siguro do something na makaka-help sa sarili mo. Bakit kailangan mo pang i-bring down yung ibang tao para lang for what? Parang ganon. Yung parang yung energy ng mga tao na yun, ba't binibigay sa'yo? Pwede naman nilang gamitin na yung negative energy na yun, binibigay pa nila sa'yo. Pwede naman nilang gamitin yung energy na yun into a positive something na parang work on themselves na lang. Yung ganon. Tapos ang cool, kasi meron siyang sorry, pero
go lang.
meron siyang yung parang questions, like kunwari, may nag-comment dun sa kanyang post na parang, this is so ugly. Tapos ang gagawin niya, tatanungin niya, oh, why do you say that? Tapos pag na-answer na yon, tatanong ulit, because it's just nonsense. So, sasabihin niya, why do you say that? Parang, tatanungin mo lang ng tatanungin, bakit? Oo, yun. Parang, ayun. Kasi baka naman may pinanggagalingan din yun kung bakit siya nagsasabi ng ganun. Pero ayun, I think, sum it all up, parang more on understanding lang din. Doon sa part ko, doon sa tough love ko, ina-understand ko lang din na parang, she's doing this for me din naman para mag-grow ako, para mag-improve ako. And then, for dun sa iba na parang, nag-give lang ng negative comments para lang, I don't know, baka may pinagdadaanan sila, yung ganun. So, yun, understanding na lang din. Ayun.
Yeah, totoo yan. I think also, sobrang mahalaga to differentiate yung mga tao na may pake compared to yung mga tao na will just troll for no reason. And actually, since this is an episode on graphic design, I want to give a special shout out to my main graphic designers, si Ate Janice tsaka si Jean. Obviously, they were the ones who helped me create this layout. So, off air, pinakita ko kay Miss Nina over here yung mga layouts ko and all that. And I'm sure deep down, ayaw lang niya sabihin, but I'm sure she has a ton of comments then.
No, actually, ang ganda nun. Sasabihin ko nga sana, ikaw nag-layout nun. So, may ka pala, designers ka pala. Okay siya. Ayun.
Yes, I don't wanna steal the credit. Like, I wanna give it where it's due. Pero ako naman yung nagko-comment or nag-edit ng text. Pero hanggang doon lang. Pero sila talaga yung nag-lay ng groundwork. Ever since we started this pod, actually. So, yeah. What's up, Jean? What's up, Ate Janice? Salamat sa pagtulong sa akin with these pub mats. Hopefully, I can come to a point na ako na yung gagawa. Pero, to be honest, malayo pa tayo dyan. Because super beginner talaga ako with Photoshop.
Yes, lang siya, practice yung ganyan.
Alright, so I'm sure sinabi mo sa akin, some of your works like the basketball movie ba yun? Or what?
Ano
Animation?
siya, parang commercial-ish lang. For lang, social media posting lang
Mm.
din naman.
Alright. So yeah, I'm sure you've shared that with me. So I guess besides that, what are some of your favorite works like through the years? Like ano yung mga artwork na masasabi mo na, oh, I'm proud of myself for producing an artwork such as this? Or yung tipong artwork na gusto mong i-frame sa kwarto mo? Like what are some of those projects that you've done over the years?
Shucks! Oh my gosh, wait. Ako kasi yung, tipong graphic designer na nagpo-focus sa video. So, I
Mm.
guess, may ginawa kaming parang short film for the cafe na pinag-workan ko dati. So, yun, parang, lang siya. Parang full production din siya kasi naghanap kami ng actress. Pero ako pa din yung yung nagvi-video, may mga directors kami. Kami ng friend ko yung directors. Well, ang dami kong role, videographer and director. So, ayun. Pero yun yung isa sa mga pinakagusto kong projects na parang, gumawa ako ng short film na parang meron din ako kasamang team. So, ayun, nakakatuwa na parang, kasi gusto ko rin maging gusto ko rin maging part ng film production. So, ayun. Pero that experience, parang, okay na sa akin yan. Ganun. Pero, in terms of design, yung mga layouts naman, paano ba? Parang, yung dun sa previous company ko kasi yung mga, namin, yung mga clients namin, global clients, hindi ko na lang mention yung name ng company, pero yung namin, yung mga naging clients namin is sila Autodesk, MetLife, Blizzard Entertainment. Ayun, yung mga yon. So parang yung mga projects na nagawa ko doon sa company na yon, parang nakaka-proud, naging part ako ng ng material na to. Ako yung nag-design nun, yung ganon. So, yun. Sarap sa feeling. These big companies, tapos, nakapag-work ako dun sa layouts nila. Ayun. Pero yung tipong yung part na yung i-frame, inisip ko ano ba? Meron ba? Ayun more on sa video. Feeling ko more on yun sa video talaga, yun sa short films namin.
Okay.
Ayun.
Yeah. Gets.
Ayun.
Pero,
PG na lang siguro, tapos nagpe-play siya. Char!
pero ang galing ng concept Like, at first akala ko you're more on the drawing side, but I didn't know na may video aspect pala yung graphic design. Like, akala ko it's mostly like stationary art and all that. Alam ko naman na it's evolving. Like, their graphic design motion picture, yun ba yun? But, hindi ko pala alam na it's becoming common na ngayon in the industry.
Yun yung parang nasa traditional kung term yun, traditional graphic designer pa ako kasi yung traditional, quote-unquote, traditional graphic designer, dapat marunong kang mag-video, mag-layout, mag-animation, yung mga ganon, yung tipong all-in-one. Pero ngayon, syempre, iba na yung parang video editor na, and hiwalay na dapat yung graphic designer, layout designer, yung mga ganon. Yung ngayon, mas specific na. Pero ako yung tipong graphic designer na naabutan ko na, dati, na parang dapat lahat alam ko. Which is, yun yung isa sa mga parang dilemma or parang inaano na ngayon ng mga designers na parang dapat more specific na yung role kasi nga yun din yung yung salary na parang dapat marunong ka dapat graphic designer ka na marunong sa lahat pero yung salary mo ganito lang. So parang mas okay, mas pina-prefer na nung maraming ngayon na parang mas specialized na parang kung video editor ka lang. Kung layout designer ka lang, yung ganun. Pero yun nga, ako dun sa part na mahilig sa videos, yung ganun.
Yeah. And I think long term wise, mas okay talaga no to accumulate as much skills instead of like pigeonholing yourself sa isang particular field. Like mas okay talaga to diversify your skill set. Like it will really take you multiple places and it's just good maging versatile sa dami ng skills na pwedeng i-learn through time.
Sorry, mas prefer ko yon actually kasi ayun nga, share ko lang din kasi yun nga, I'm a graphic designer, pero graphic designer ako under the marketing team. And sa marketing team, meron kang social media personnel, social media managers, yung mga ganun. So, marketing personnel, sila yung nag-iisip ng mga promos, yung ganun. So, yung mga natutunan ko under the marketing team, na-apply ko siya sa podcast ko. Like, nag-iisip ako ng mga marketing strategies, ganyan para sa podcast ko. Tapos, ayun din, inaayos ko yung social media posting, social media calendars, yung gano'n. At the same time, ako na rin yung gumagawa ng graphics. So, parang alam mo yun, yung mga experiences na yun, na-apply ko siya dun sa, sa personal project ko. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, galing, no? Like, just hearing all your qualifications and all that, like, I'm really talking to
Natutuwa lang ako.
one of the best, graphic designers.
No, I'm not the
like,
best.
grabe.
There's so many mas best pa sa akin, mas magagaling. Sobrang hands down sila. Ako parang lang ako. That's one thing din, no? Parang ako kasi jack of all trades eh. Ayun din yung iniisip ko minsan na parang jack of all trades ako. May kasabihan na jack of all trades, master of none. So parang hindi ako sure kung yung mga kunwari sa graphic design, enough na ba yun? Like, master na ba ako sa graphic design? Kasi nga parang pinasok ko pa yung sarili ko sa social media, sa marketing. And then, meron pa akong art illustration, yung sa comics ko. So, parang, baka na. So, ayun, yun lang. Parang isip ko din minsan. Pero okay din naman yun. Parang, nag-i-enjoy naman ako na parang ang dami kong ginagawa.
Diba?
Ayun.
Yeah, sounds...
Depende naman. Depende naman siguro.
Yeah, sounds familiar, no? Kasi sinabi mong jack of all trades.
Ayun.
And, that's the title of the show. Just replace my name.
Sorry, Jake of all trades.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yan, galing. And, yeah, I mean, our guest is the very epitome of what it means to be a JOAT, even though graphic design yung primary niche niya, like the fact that she can juggle multiple skills all at once, like that's really how you're gonna make it in life, guys. You can't just specialize or you can't just pigeonhole yourself in a particular field. Yeah, of course, pwede naman i-master and all, but kailangan talaga mag-accumulate ng skills along the way. Like, even if it's out of your comfort zone, even if, ayaw mong gawin, like, it's really gonna take you a lot. Or it's gonna bring you places talaga moving forward. And, yeah, I'm sure, like, our guest over here can relate, sa dami ng ibinahagi niya sa akin. Like, to the aspiring graphic designers, yeah, you're gonna draw a lot, you're gonna edit a lot, pero you're gonna have to make sure you pocket with you guys, or you have to pocket a couple more skills along the way, to be the complete artist, if you will.
Yeah.
And I guess this leads me to one of my final questions. Kasi pa 1 hour na and all. And
Okay, sige.
and honestly, super sabaw na ako. Like, if you guys notice, I'm not as energetic, I'm not as hype as compared to most of my episodes kasi, sobrang inaantok na tayong lahat, with this
Mm.
busy week and all that. But I guess, what is your advice? Ano yung masasabi mo sa mga aspiring graphic designers, whether it's my listeners or your listeners who want to, consider making the jump to graphic design? Ano yung masasabi mo sa kanila? Like, what are some things that they have to do? What are some mistakes they have to avoid? Who are the people that they have to come in contact with? Like, ano na yung mga dapat nilang gawin at alalahanin before, during, and during their journey of being a graphic artist?
Mm. Shucks. So, first off, siguraduhin niyo munang gusto niyo maging graphic artist, ha? Kasi madaming kailangan maging familiar ka sa, if you're going to be a graphic designer na freelancer, kailangan familiar ka sa mga pricing, sa tamang pricing, because pag magbigay ka ng maling pricing, masyadong mababa, pwede rin makaapekto yun sa sa industry, kasi magbibigay ka ng pricing dun sa client mo. Then, for example, si client, first time niyang maka-encounter ng graphic designer. And then, pag binigyan mo siya ng mababang pricing, ang iisipin ni client, yun na yung standard. So, pag lumapit si client sa ibang artist, tapos nagbigay si artist ng tamang presyo, ang mangyayari nun, pwedeng sabihin ni client na, ang mahal naman, ba't dito sa ganito lang yung price. So, yun, affected yung parang, lahat yung industry. Ayun, dun sa pricing. Kaya sobrang, yung topic na pricing. Masyadong hot yung topic na pricing sa graphic design, lalo na dito sa Philippines. And besides pricing, kailangan marunong ka makipag-usap sa clients mo. Kung freelance graphic designer. So yun, you need to build communication sa mga clients mo, yung ganun. Pero kung graphic designer ka sa marketing or graphic designer under a company, siguro okay din yung practice na marunong ka rin makipag-usap sa iba-ibang, sanay mo sarili mo makipag-usap sa iba-ibang tao, kasi iba-ibang departments din yung makakausap mo, mga suppliers, yung mga ganun. Yan, communication. Kailangan practice yourself when it comes to communication. Ayun. Ay, sorry, ang dami kong sinasabi. Pero ayun.
Go lang.
Communication, in
Mahalaga.
terms, ayun yung parang oo, communication, and kailangan informed ka lang sa mga ganap sa graphic design. Kailangan ka rin sa mga trends, parang tinitingnan mo kung ano yung mga trending. Though hindi mo naman kailangan sundan yung trend, mas okay pa din yung mga simple na minimalist, yung mga timeless, yung mga ganon. Kasi nagbabago-bago yan, yung kunwari 2006 ginawa mo yung layout na yon, pero ang itsura niya is timeless. Yung parang hindi lang siya sumusunod sa trend. Parang talagang super, it's really good. Pagdating ng 2022, 2022, ganon, bigla siyang pumatok kahit na 2006 pa yung yung may mga ganong moments na possible na ganon. So, parang wag mo lang siyang gawin based dun sa trend. Pwede mo siyang gawin inspiration, pero ayun, parang know your style, yan. More on something like that, ganun. Know your style, yung ganyan. Tapos, in terms of technical skills naman, ayun, more on practice, yung mga ganyan. Just practice, yun. So, more on communication, being on trend, or tingnan mo lang kung yung know your style, and practice. Yan, ganun. Ayun. Advocacy ko kasi yung keep learning eh. Keep learning. Kasi may matututunan at matututunan ka rin. Ako naman, hindi ako baka sabihin kasing, keep learning si Cornina, naman, social media, ganyan. Pero siguro being aware na lang din, being aware, at saka yun, being aware dun sa mga ganap, ganun. Ewan ko, baka dahil ganung type of designer ako na parang kung ano yung ganap. As in, may makikita ka mga artists na gumagawa ng mga artworks na na kunwari yung issue natin ngayon sa mahal nating bansa, may mga artist din ako nakikita na parang gumagawa ng mga memes, ng mga posts na yung gano'n. Yan, mga graphic artists na yan. Parang being more aware, yung gano'n.
Yes.
Daming factors. Pakinggan yung Creative Chika.
Of course.
Ang daldal ko talaga. Ang dami kong share. Actually, gagawa rin ako ng episode about that. Kasi ang daming this pandemic, ang daming mga, let's say, galing sa hotel and restaurant management na company na industry, lilipat sa graphic design. O yung mga, ang daming lumilipat ngayon sa graphic design.
Wow.
Kasi digital, na kasi tayo, digital era. Yes,
Yeah.
mga digital.
True.
So, ayun, parang madaming lumilipat sa graphic design, social media, yung mga ganun. So, parang gustong, gumawa rin ng episode about that. Yung ganun.
Wow.
Ayun.
Daming requirements, no?
Ayun, medyo sabog din ako magkwento. Pero I hope na-gets nung listeners mo yung I hope may natutunan sila and na-gets naman nila yung mga sinasabi ko kahit medyo kalat. Ayun.
Yeah, okay lang yun. And to my listeners, alam ko ang daming pointers, ang daming kailangan i-prepare and all that. Pero hopefully, the desire to be a graphic designer, nandyan pa rin. Hopefully, di kayo ma-discourage. Just because ang dami or ang hirap na kailangan gawin. Like, as with anything naman in life, like, it's not gonna be given to you on a silver platter. Like, you really have to work for it regardless of kung ano yung gusto mong gawin. It's really just, staying the course, and sabi nga ni Miss Cornina, dapat practice lang kayo. Even though it can be dragging at times, like, that's really important. Like, even me, as a writer, like, ang dami ko pang kailangan i-learn whenever I do my writing for work and all that. Like, it's really gonna bring you guys a long way. Like, just staying persistent, resilient, and just being aware and practicing nonstop.
And the important thing is to have fun, of course.
Yes.
Dapat na nag-enjoy ka doon sa ginagawa mo. Madami siyang pero I feel like kung gusto mo naman talaga yung ginagawa mo, parang nandun na rin yung drive na you want to excel on that thing that you are doing. Like you being a writer, I feel like ang dami mo ring parang pina-practice na parang ginagawa to be a better writer. Ako dami ko ring pina-practice ginagawa to be a better designer. Yung mga ganun. Parang pag gusto mo talaga yung ginagawa mo, gagawa ka ng paraan. Parang ganun. So, yung sa akin lang kasi medyo technical. I'm that kind of person na medyo may pagka-technical. So, ganun yung naging advice ko. Pero more on, just have fun. Pag gusto mo talaga, kaya mo naman yun.
Yes, totoo. Totoo. Yeah, so, I guess, before we do go, pahabol question, I guess. Since besides being a graphic designer, podcaster ka rin, just like me. So, you have your creative chika, and I haven't started listening, pero super gusto ko yung 24th episode mo. Yung why you started doing a pod. Even though it's outside of your main genre of creative arts, like it's also good that you're able to share certain things. And ang dami kong pulot actually nung napakinggan ko like last week, I
Oh,
think.
shucks. Oh.
So I guess I'm sure that might have been one
Thank
of your
you.
favorite episodes. Pero ano na yung mga paborito mong episodes uh, in your Creative Chica podcast? I'm sure ang dami, but what are some of the episodes
Oh,
that stood out to
but
you?
shucks. Um, so yun, I feel like yun nga yung favorite episode ko. Like, I get to tell my story na bakit ako nag-start mag-podcast. Pero in terms of yung sa ibang na kasama ko yung mga guests ko, um, wala rin akong, parang lahat sila gusto ko kasi sobrang nag-enjoy ako habang nakikinig sa kanila. And ako rin kasi nag-edit ng audio, so parang habang pinapakinggan ko sila, parang, nare-relearn ko yung mga napag-usapan namin. So parang wala akong masyadong favorites. Lahat sila favorites ko.
Yes.
Yung ganon. Kasi lahat sila naging ko na rin eh. Yung mga first episodes, mga friends ko, ganon. And it's good to talk to them about these stuff. Tapos parang bonding na din yun, ganon. Na ano rin nila, na na-appreciate kasi they get to talk about their profession. Yung ganon. Tapos yung iba, na-meet ko na lang dito sa journey ng podcast. Tapos naging friends ko na din. Na parang ayun, parang nag-enjoy din naman ako. So parang, kung favorites, yun, lahat naman sila.
Yes.
Na-appreciate ko lahat sila eh. Ganon.
Mm.
Parang iba-iba rin kasi may natutunan ako sa kanya na parang, about painting, yung ganda nun. Tapos about logo dun sa isa, yung ganda rin nun. Branding, iba-iba eh. So, ayun. Siguro, pag nagtatanong na lang yung iba, binebase ko sa, ano ba yung gusto mong i-focus? Branding. Branding po sa branding. Ito, si Yan. Ganun ako mag-ano. Ayun. And I guess another thing, yung passive income for creatives. Ako lang din yun sa episode na yun. Pero nakakatuwa na makapag-share ng ng mga passive income ideas for designers. Parang makaka-help na parang, yun din yung tinitingnan ko minsan eh, kasi yung iba, sorry at dami ko chika, pero yung ibang designers kasi ang ginagawa nila side freelance. Ito kasi passive income, as in, parang gawin mo lang yung isang project na to, tapos i-distribute mo, tapos kahit wala ka na ulit gawin, may papasok na ulit na pera sa'yo. Parang ganun. Para mag-upload ka ng icon, tapos as long as may mga nagda-download ng icon mo na yon, may papasok ang pera. Parang ganun. Parang, ang interesting nun for designers. Yeah. Parang you don't have to keep working. Mo lang, here's an idea na parang gawin mo lang siya one time, tapos, papasok income. Yung ganun. Good.
Wow, galing. And, yeah, super appreciate ko na walang favoritism because at least na-appreciate mo yung mga episodes mo regardless of kung sino man yung guest na yan. And yeah, that's good na every episode that you've done, like, super enjoy ka. And that's really all that matters. And hopefully, I can hop on your show kahit di ako graphic designer. Like,
yes!
I'd love to share. Kahit super random lang.
Kasi may na-interview din akong writer. And ayun, ang ganda rin ng journey niya. Share din. Kasi from nursing, naging writer siya. Creative writer. Parang, this is so cool. Ayun, ganda. Ayun, yes, next time din ka din sa pod ko.
Yes.
Chikahan tayo doon.
Tara. And I guess with that out of the way, that's gonna cap off our episode to end the month of March and to kickstart the month of April. honestly, as of this recording, uh, pinipilit kong magising, but medyo napapagod na talaga ako, guys. But as of this recording, we are going to be headed to a very long break. Uh, so hopefully you guys take the time to just rest up, enjoy. Uh, this episode will be released at the end of the Holy Week break. So by the time you're hearing this, sana nakapagpahinga na kayo. Hopefully you're able to take much needed breaks, whether physical or mental. Please catch up on that sleep because I'm
Yes.
hearing a lot of stories na ang daming nagpupuyat, myself included. So hopefully bawi tayo sa tulog. And let's just take the time to just relax and also reflect because it is Holy Week after all. And most importantly, just stay safe, stay healthy, and uh, you know, positive lang tayo, guys. And yeah, take it from Cornina over here. Try drawing some stuff, try doing creative stuff because you never know where it may take you. So, before we go though, do you have any last minute plugs? Where can my followers follow you? Where can they also check out some of your artworks? Because I also checked out your art account. I think may isa kang account for your drawings and all that. Super ganda talaga ng mga ginawa mo. And I'm looking
Oh,
forward to more
thank you.
artworks. So where can my listeners check you out?
Um, you guys could follow Creative Chica at Creative Chica PH on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. And for my art page, sa Instagram, it's Lina Cornina Art. Sa Facebook, just search Cornina Art, Cornina Art. Tapos, ayun. And so, if gusto nyo magpagawa ng graphics, ano din, open din naman ako. Siguro i-message nyo na lang ako either sa Creative Chica or dun sa art account ko. So, ayun.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Actually, on the spot na naman to, but since you said if you have any suggestions, since magaling ka naman mag-draw ng anime stuff, uh, kaya, kaya mo rin bang mag-sketch ng mga K-pop artists?
Yes!
You know me.
Oh my gosh! Pwede naman. Oo,
Yes.
tingnan mo. Ay, check mo yung style ko kung okay sa'yo yung style ko dun sa art account ko. Pero yeah, kaya naman.
Yes. I can't wait to see you
Yes.
draw, si IU or si Red
Who
Velvet.
am I gonna draw?
Sana si Red Velvet or si
Sige.
IU. Hima biases ko.
Yes.
Can't wait for that.
Uy, oo, sige, dadrawing ko yan. Yes. Sige, pag-usapan natin yung offline.
Ayun. Tara. So
Sige,
yeah,
sige.
that's Cornina Hernandez for you. And guys, besides me, if you have any requests, special requests, sure, mabait naman tong si Cornina, so she'll definitely be down to deliver some artworks for you guys. Just make sure you pay her fairly and you give her time. Wag mo siya i-pressure kasi mahirap maging graphic designer. So, stay patient, but rest assured she's gonna give you nothing but the best art from top to bottom. So,
Yes.
that's Creative Chica for you. So, as for me naman, on IG, you can check me out on at joat.pod.dlro. So once again, it is at joat.pod.delro. For the personal account, it is at Jake_Delro. On Twitter naman, it is at _Del_Row_. Although, guys, honestly, I feel like going off the app because, like I said, doomsday scrolling. There are times I can't take it anymore. If you want to follow me on Twitter, go lang. But like I care, to be honest. So I'm gonna try to hop off that app for quite some time for the sake of my mental health and hopefully your mental health as well. On Facebook though, You can still check me out there on facebook.com/JOAT.pod.delro, or if you just want to search it on the search tab, it is Jake of All Trades with Delro. This podcast can be streamed, televised, viewed, and listened to on the following platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Radio Public, Breaker, YouTube, and on Facebook Live, even though it is pre recorded right now. So, with that out of the way, Cornina, maraming salamat talaga for hopping onto the show. Honestly, there are times na super hirap kumuha ng mga guests. So, every yes that I get from guests na podcaster, guests na friends ko, super, super appreciated. So, my major thanks to you for being open to guest on the show tonight. Any last words before we wrap it up?
Ayun, I would like to thank you then for inviting me on your podcast and makapagkwento about graphic design and art. Thank you so much for inviting me here sa Jake of All Trades. Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, truly my pleasure. So, with that out of the way, that's a wrap, y'all. Thank you for tuning in today, mga Del Bros, sisters, and to all the creative people out there. This is your one and only JOAT. She is your one and only Cornina of Creative Chica PH. And we are both signing out. Hanggang sa susunod na usapan at chikahan. See ya and please stay healthy, everybody. Bye.